guys, Bobby here from Universe Retro. So tons and tons, hundreds and hundreds of games have been released on the PlayStation 2, making it one of the most successful and most popular consoles of all time. Everything from racing games to fighting games to RPGs, every style of game was covered on the PlayStation 2. But there's a lot of games that really weren't ever touched upon and a lot of people don't talk about that really need to be, which happens when you have such a large variety of games. You know, you have your big ones that you see like Metal Gear Solid and the Resident Evils and Gran Turismo's. You see the big ones, but a lot of times there's some that slide by that are just absolutely phenomenal games. And on this episode, I want to talk about one of them. We're going to talk about Shadow of Rome for PlayStation 2. A really great game that I don't think ever really stuck out to everybody, but I know a lot of people that played it really loved it, including myself. So on this episode of Universe Retro, we're going to cover
Shadow of Rome on PlayStation 2.
See you guys after the break. Shadow of Rome is a 2005 video game developed and published by Capcom. It features hack and slash action, stealth, and even vehicular style combat, all encompassed with a compelling story, complete with CGI rendered video and voiceover. The main story of the game features a fictionalized version of the assassination of Julius Caesar, and focuses on two characters: Agrippa, a soldier who is forced to fight in the gladiator arenas and covers the combat sequences of the game, and Octavianus, who handles the stealth aspect of the game. The game itself is played from a third-person perspective and includes close-quarters combat with weapons and vehicular combat elements in the form of chariot racing. This combines with stealth portions that involve some puzzle solving. During combat, the player character plays as Agrippa and can use various weapons such as swords, scimitars, maces, spears, bows, slingshots, and flails. The game is super gory and features buckets of blood. You can even sever the arm of an enemy and use it as a weapon. Agrippa can also equip shields and helmets, choose between main weapons, sub-weapons, and two-handed weapons. A counter system even allows the stealing of weapons from enemies. An important aspect of the gameplay is salvo points. Salvos are specific actions or combinations of actions which excite the crowd. When Agrippa performs a salvo action, he is awarded salvo points, which fills up the salvo bar. If Agrippa then calls for the attention of the crowd when the bar is full, the audience will throw him rare and powerful weapons. At the end of each arena battle, Agrippa will be given a ranking based on the total amount of salvo points achieved. The other component of Agrippa's sections in the game include chariot racing. In this mode, Agrippa must race against other chariots and win by either crossing the finish line first or eliminating all of his opponents by killing them or destroying their chariots. The other part of Shadow of Rome is the character Octavianus and his stealth levels. In these levels, the player must use stealth to navigate various locations in Rome. Octavianus cannot kill enemies and can only knock them out by hitting them from behind with objects such as vases, choking them with ropes, or even placing banana peels in front of them. Once he has done so, he also has to hide the bodies. Think Metal Gear Solid, but in ancient Rome. When developing Shadow of Rome, Capcom utilized an enhanced version of the Onimusha 3 game engine and used the same team. The game is exclusive to the PlayStation 2 and was touted as having two parallel stories and two different styles of gameplay, action and stealth. When released to the public, Shadow of Rome received generally favorable reviews and currently holds a score of 75 out of 100 on Metacritic. Although originally conceived as the first part of a franchise aimed specifically at Western markets, Shadow of Rome did not sell well in either North America nor Europe, and ultimately Capcom considered it a failure. Shadow of Rome 2 was already in early development prior to the release of the first game, but after the poor sales, the executive producer chose to abandon the project, and Shadow of Rome 2 ultimately became Dead Rising. Despite the lackluster sales the game originally had, Shadow of Rome is fondly remembered by many that played it. At almost 15 years since its release, it's still a really fun action game that many are sure to enjoy. It was never released on any other consoles, and to this day the only way to get it is to find it on PS2. If you've never played Shadow of Rome, I'd highly recommend you do, and if you've played it before, it's time for a revisit. I personally revisited it and liked it even more today than I did back when I played it originally. Hope you guys enjoyed this video of Shadow of Rome. And as always, make sure to subscribe and like this video, and pop in the comments if you like Shadow of Rome. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. See you guys next time.